Hello and welcome to my channel, Thriving Not Just Surviving. I'm your host, Charlie Henry. I've just completed my first ever 5-day water fast. In this video, I want to share with you my reasons for doing the fast, how I got on with the fast, and give you my tips for how to make a fast like this as painless as possible so you can try it too. Finally, I'll share my results. Before we start, I want to give a disclaimer that I'm not a medical professional. If you're considering fasting as a weight loss strategy or for health reasons, please consult your doctor first. Pregnant or lactating women or anyone recovering from surgery should not fast. And anyone with a history of eating disorders should of course consult their therapist and doctor before undertaking a fast. In fact, if you have a history of eating disorders, it's probably not a good idea for you to even watch this video. Firstly, why did I decide to do a 5-day water fast? Well, a while ago, I read the Longevity Diet book by Dr. Walter Longo. In that book, he describes what is the healthiest diet for longevity and health as humans get older. He's gained this insight from conducting decades-long research into thousands of long-lived, healthy humans across the planet. I did a video on his book, which I'll link to below, so you can see the summary of the tips he gives. One of the tips is that we should all be doing what's called a 5-day fasting mimicking diet per year. This fasting mimicking diet is low calorie enough that the body goes into a fasting state. He reasons that our bodies evolved to not only tolerate fasting, but to thrive with it. Now, Dr. Longo has a whole company set up under this premise, selling pretty expensive sets of this fasting mimicking diet, which includes nuts and bars and other sort of pre-packaged foods. When I read that, I thought, well, I'm not going to buy that diet. I'm just going to try a 5-day water fast. I've already been doing intermittent fasting, the 16-8 method, in which I fast from 8 p.m. in the evening until 12 the following day. So I thought I'd be a good candidate to try a longer water fast. I started doing research into water fasting, the benefits and the risks, and the more I read, the more I wanted to try it. During a 5-day water fast, the body goes into autophagy, in which it eats its own cells, but only the cells which aren't performing properly. These are also called senescent cells and include things like aged cells, precancerous cells, and cells which cause diseases. Autophagy is a very healing state. It's great for clearing up inflammation in the body. I'm 44 and I'm starting to get arthritis, which is an inflammatory condition, and I was hoping I would improve that via fasting. Inflammation can also contribute towards an aged appearance as the skin gets puffy, so if you reduce inflammation, it can actually make you look more youthful. Another thing fasting does is clear out your gut bacteria. So it kills any bad bacteria which might be causing you to, for example, have sugar cravings. Then, if you end your fast with good, healthy food and probiotics, you provide a garden for the good bacteria to replace the bad, thereby improving your gut microbiome. Your gut microbiome has a big impact on things like your mood, it boosts your immune system, you can improve the quality of your skin, you can even improve your sleep, and of course, it helps you to stay slim. So lately, my sugar cravings had been getting worse. The UK had a particularly long, brutal winter this year, although I think every year in the UK is a long, brutal winter. And I suffer pretty badly from seasonal affective disorder. So I found myself turning more and more to sugary comfort foods. So I felt that curbing my sugar cravings was another major motivating factor for me in doing this fast. So how did I prepare for the fast? Really badly. I wish I could say that I ate a healthy diet leading up to the fast, and I guess my overall diet is pretty healthy compared to the average person. But to be honest, I was so freaked out by the idea of not eating for 5 days that I basically overate in the 2 weeks leading up to the fast. I don't recommend doing that. You can even see in my before and after photos how bloated my midsection was, in particular as a result of this overeating. Research says the best way to prepare for an extended fast is to follow a ketogenic diet in the 2 weeks leading up to it. This is one which is high fat, high protein and low carbs. During the fast, the hardest day is when your body switches from burning glucose to burning ketones. If you've already been following a ketogenic diet, that switch doesn't happen during the fast, which makes the whole experience a smoother ride. So despite knowing this, I decided against following a keto diet, purely because I've done it before and it made me miserable. I missed fruit and complex carbs so much, and I also struggled to sleep because I was so hungry. I figured I might struggle to sleep during the water fast anyway due to hunger, and I didn't want to run into a situation where I hadn't slept for a full 3 weeks. So I just ate normally, albeit a bit too much in the run up to the fast. So how did I fare on the fast itself? Let's take a look with a quick summary of the shorts that I did throughout the week. I am on day 1 of a 5-day water fast. I'm not feeling challenged yet by the fast. I just wanted to do a quick update on how the fast is going so far, because I'm already 24 hours through my first 5-day water fast, and I'm delighted so far about how much easier it's been than I expected. I think I was really expecting like mad hunger pains. I was expecting dizziness, lightheadedness, feeling faint, that kind of thing. I think because I've been really careful with my electrolytes, I've been drinking electrolytes throughout the day. Even though it's quite a warm, sunny day today, I haven't really been going outside. I went outside for kind of a short walk with my daughters, but I've been really careful with not overstraining myself, because I know that's one thing that really can go wrong on a water fast. If you overexert yourself, the dehydration gets crazy, and then your electrolytes can really become unbalanced. So I've been careful with both those things, and I think that's really helped. So I'm on day 2. So far, it hasn't been too bad. I had a few hunger pangs yesterday, which passed quickly. I am feeling a bit colder. I'm normally a cold person anyway, but I'm feeling colder still. I'm also moving slower. I got overtaken on the street by 2 elderly this morning, and it made me realise how slowly I'm walking. I literally can't move any quicker. I slept well last night, which I wasn't expecting. I normally struggle to sleep when I'm hungry, but that didn't happen last night. In fact, I slept really deeply. A quick update on the fast. I've just woken up, so excuse the bed hair. I've just taken my ketosis test, and this is the first time that I am positive for ketosis. It's day 3. See, so I'm about medium. It's about medium for ketosis. So there are kind of light ketones, a few ketones in my urine now. So day 3, I finally crossed over from burning glucose into burning ketones. Yay! Today has been challenging. I woke up this morning dog-tired with a headache. My legs feel like they're made of lead. My stomach feels hollow. I'm freezing cold. I am now getting hunger pangs more frequently. I also have a weird taste in my mouth, and I suspect that my breath is bad. I have tiny spots breaking out on my upper chest, cheeks and chin, which I hope is a sign of my body detoxing. I'm still sleeping well, although every night I dream about food. And I'm now over halfway through the fast. Yay! A roll on Friday! I'm on day 4 of a 5-day water fast. I'm doing it for health reasons, not weight loss. But when I stepped on the scale this morning, I got a shock. I've lost 4 kgs in less than 4 days. That's more than I was expecting. I don't believe fasting is a good long-term weight loss strategy, because people typically put back on all the weight they've lost within 2 weeks of ending the fast. But if you have a big event coming up where you want to look your best in the quickest time possible, it could be a good strategy. I feel better today than yesterday. I have more energy and my headache is gone. I'm also less bothered by hunger. When your body starts burning its own fat for fuel, some people get keto flu symptoms, and I am now getting these. I have a runny nose and a dry throat, and I'm weeing a lot. But these are normal symptoms and a sign that my body is detoxing, which is what I want, so I'm happy. It's Friday! I'm so happy. I've been looking forward to this moment all week, and I've been spending a lot of time planning on what I'm going to eat for when I break my fast. I plan to break the fast with some bone broth, and then about half an hour later I'll have a full meal, which will probably be salad, scrambled tofu and avocado on toast. Okay, first meal in 5 days, bone broth. Let's see what it's like. Oh, that is really good. It is really good. Oh, I can just feel nourishment going into my body at last. Amazing. What tips can I give you on how to make a water fast as painless as possible if you want to try it? Tip number 1, take electrolytes. I believe electrolytes are essential. I fasted with snake juice, which is as follows. Tip number 2, drink sparkling mineral water. I alternated between sipping snake juice and sipping sparkling mineral water throughout the day, and I was having about 2 litres of each, and I think the bubbles really helped with my hunger pangs. Tip number 3, drink herbal tea. I had green rooibos tea, or green red bush tea as you call it here, every few hours, especially at breakfast and before bed. You can't have fruit teas as these contain glucose and will break your fast. And it obviously has to be black tea with no sugar or milk in, as you're only allowed water during the fast. Some people still drink black coffee, as this doesn't technically break the fast, but I chose not to because I really wanted my body to detox as much as possible, and I felt caffeine would get in the way of that. I wouldn't recommend ordinary English black tea, as that contains tannins which can make you nauseous on an empty stomach. Tip number 4, avoid food smells. So if you spend all your time hanging around bakeries, sniffing the air and scrolling the pages of food recipe blogs, you are setting yourself up for failure. Try to avoid thinking about food as much as possible. Just distract your mind, keep yourself busy, and if you can't do that, at least stay away from food smells. For me, that meant staying away from the kitchen when my husband was cooking breakfast or dinner. But I have kids and I still had to prepare food for them. So when I had no choice but to be around food, I would breathe through my mouth to stop my hunger from being triggered by the smell of fresh food. Tip number 5, take a break from the gym. Some people swear by continuing to exercise during a fast. I personally think it's a bad idea and potentially dangerous. Even with electrolyte supplementation, your body is still going to be very weak and also dehydrated. This is because the cells of our body need carbohydrates to hold water in our bodies. Much of the weight loss that we experience during a fast is actually just water weight. And when you start eating again, your cells rehydrate and a lot of that weight comes back. Now, if you exercise, you're losing more water and electrolytes through sweating. It's a bad idea in my opinion. So I did a bit of light walking and stretching each day, nothing more than that. Tip number 6, take your measurements and ketosis levels before the fast and continue to do so during and after. This is more for motivation. I got a huge boost on day 3 when I was feeling really crappy, but then I saw that I was in ketosis. I knew then that my body was starting to burn its own fat as a fuel source and going into autophagy, and this perked up my mood a lot. Taking your measurements at the minimum before and after the fast can be another source of motivation for some people. I didn't do this fast for weight loss reasons, but seeing the numbers go down on the scale and seeing my fat percentage go down, again affirmed to me that my body was in autophagy and I was getting the health boost that I wanted from the fast. Bonus tip, never trust a fasted fart. Now, I have to apologise in advance. This might be too much information for some of you, and you can switch away now if you want to, just skip ahead a little bit, but I do feel like it's my duty to warn you because not many others are talking about this. All right, here goes. If you drink your electrolytes too quickly, your body will flush them out, and not in a kind way. Yes, that's right, you'll get very watery brown stools, pure liquid actually. This fact has been immortalised in the following Reddit post. So, sip your electrolytes slowly throughout the day, and above all, never, and I mean never, trust a fasted fart. You have been warned. And now for my results.
I just want to comment briefly on my metabolic age. Metabolic age tells us how our metabolism compares with others our age. You'll see there that mine is really low, 18, when I'm 44. This is because I'm lean for my age. So when your body fat is much lower than others in your age category, that is when you will get a metabolic age that is much lower than your chronological age. Conversely, if your body fat is higher than those in your age group, your metabolic age will be older than your chronological age. It's not the same thing as biological age. To find out your biological age, you must send a saliva sample to a lab to analyse epigenetic markers. If you're interested in doing that, you can buy a test from Do Not Age. I'll include a link and my discount code in the description below.
Final thoughts, would I do a 5-day fast again? Well, a 5-day water fast is definitely challenging. I would never tell anyone it isn't. But it wasn't as bad as I was expecting, and it's more about overcoming the mental hurdles. Yes, I missed food. Yes, I experienced hunger pangs. Yes, the keto flu wasn't fun. But the thing I was dreading the most was lack of sleep, and that didn't happen. Now that I've done it once, I think I can do it again. And next time, I won't pig out in the run-up, as I won't be so apprehensive. I took a week off work to do this fast as I was expecting my brain to be a mess, but it wasn't at all. So I think next time I might continue working and just work from home that week. The day after I broke my fast, I have never felt better. My skin was glowing in a way it hadn't in years. My head was clear and focused. I had more energy. My sugar cravings had gone and I was only attracted to fresh, healthy foods, and everything tasted amazing. My digestion and quality of sleep also improved, and my whole system just felt like it had been given a reboot, which was exactly what I was looking for when I decided to do this fast in the first place. Now I really feel like my whole body has been given a detox and a cleanse. I think the benefits of a fast for me outweigh the challenges of doing it, so I've decided this is something I'll do twice a year just to give my body a health reset. So what do you think of how I approach this fast and my results? Would you consider water fasting for either health or weight loss or both? Have you already done a water fast? What results did you achieve? I love reading and responding to your comments, so let's get the conversation going. And if you've enjoyed this content, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell and join my growing Thrive tribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.